Greetings, fellow human beings. Today I'm going to answer to your questions on my Ask Me Questions video. So this is the Q&A video. I hope you will enjoy it. So I'm going to answer them in the order that I got them. And before anything else, let me just apologize for my poor speech skills. Actually, I tried to record this several weeks ago, but I had to redo it several times because for some reason I struggle when I speak English. I really need to practice on that, but anyway, now I'm going to do another try at that. Hopefully I will be able to sound comprehensible. Or comprehensive. Yeah, whatever. Sienna Malone asks, what made you start YouTube? Yeah, thanks for the question. What made me start YouTube is that I was a member on the Swedish official site for The Sims, which is thesims.se, which is now, it doesn't exist anymore. But anyways, I was a member and I had a pretty popular Sims 2 album series on that website. And I thought it would be fun to make it a Sims 2 film series. So I think that's why I started my YouTube account. I don't think I was inspired by someone in particular. I don't think I watched that many Sims series before then. So I think that was my motivation behind it. You could see my old videos on my previous YouTube account, which is PeterLee94. I have some pretty fun videos there, actually, and some pretty stupid videos. So, next question. Grabun Look, or Macrazy Lol. Yeah, I like your previous name better. At least I could pronounce that correctly. Grabun Look writes, holy moly, you didn't script it! Ah! Or something like that, Flates. I don't really know what that means. Kind of. Anyways, question 1. How old are you? I am 20 years old and my birthday was 3rd of August. So yeah, newly 20. But I still look like and sound like, I don't know, maybe 8. Or maybe 16 or something like that, yeah. At least I will be forever young and forever sexy. Minus the sexy part. Question 2. Are you in school, like college? If so, what are you going for? Yes, actually I started school this Monday, 25th. Yeah, but it is not college. It is, I don't know what to call it, but you see, I chose the wrong path, so to say, when I chose my... This is getting kind of hard to translate, because the school system is not at all like the school system in the United States, like here in Sweden. We have something called gymnasiet, for those who are between 16 and 19 years old, usually. And I chose the wrong path. I chose social science instead of natural science, and I realized now that it was a bad choice for me. I'm much more interested in natural science, like physics, chemistry and biology. So that's what I'm reading right now, because I want to get those subjects on my grades so that I can start at a university with the grades that I need. And I took a break 1 year after I finished gymnasiet. I guess you could call that upper high school, maybe. There isn't really an exact translation, but as I said, between 16 and 19 years old, you go there most of the time. And yeah, why I took a break? It was... Well, the short story is I really needed it. I was not in a good place and it's a depressing story. So I'm not going to take it here, but if you really want to know, you could email me maybe. But yeah, I really needed that break. The short story. And now I finally start studying again, and I'm studying physics, biology, chemistry and also math in the next semester. And it's pretty advanced stuff, so that's why I'm going to be a bit stressed and busy for a while, so you know that. And what am I going for? Well, my biggest passions are music, filmmaking and science. So obviously I'm studying science now because that is what is most likely for me to get a job in, because the other two fields are extremely hard to make a living out of. And seriously, I have too many passions, so eventually I'm going to have to narrow it down and focus on one thing. So either music, science or film. I hope that answers your question. I don't have anything more specific to say about that. Well, except for the music part. I make my own music, so composer would that be? A famous composer would be really awesome if I could achieve that. Next question is from Next question is from Sayatakagi. Yeah, I could pronounce it, although it was a Japanese name, I think. Yeah, I usually struggle with Japanese. Okay, and the reason why I could pronounce it is because I practiced before. So, not really impressive. Okay, Sayatakagi. Hopefully that's right. You asked me, who is your favorite character in the series? That is a fun question. I would normally say Aliana, because she is so stupid and stupid people do unpredictable things, and that is so fun to watch, according to me. But that is a predictable answer, so I'm not going to go with that. Instead, I'm going to go with my second favorite character, and that is... drums... Rachani! Yeah, I really like Rachani's personality because she is sarcastic and she always speaks her mind. Like, she says everything that the others don't dare to say. Like, she says what everyone is thinking about. So, I really like those sarcastic personalities. So, definitely Rachani. But I love all my characters, except for ones that I'm going to kill off. No, I'm just kidding. Spoilers! Next question, Chelsea Fox. Oh yay, Q&A! Question 1. What inspired you to make this series and where did your humor come from? What inspired me to make this series? Well, I was making a desert episode of my series Through Time and Space, which is also about a bimbo, but it is really a different story. But anyways, this bimbo comes to a desert in one episode, so I got the idea that, ooh, I have to make a series about a bimbo in the desert, and then I got all these crazy ideas and storylines and I just had to make it. And my brother is probably going to argue that I got the series idea from him because he was making a Sims 2 album series about a bimbo in the desert, but... well, that story is about a woman who looks after her children who got kidnapped by Slenderman, so I don't think my series is anything like that, to be honest. But yeah, whatever. I got inspired from myself and maybe my brother. Where did my humor come from? Well, I'm not exactly sure. My humor, I would say, is quite immature. I don't know, maybe I am immature, but whatever. Adulthood is boring. And I think I got my humor from my father's side. I see them as the most humorous people. And I mean, I have watched different comedy films and series. That also inspires me, I guess. And what inspired me to Aliana was actually not Joy in My Name is Earl, even though that's where her accent come from. I thought that accent was hilarious, so she just had to have it. But the character itself, no. She was actually inspired from someone in real life. Can you believe it? Someone who used to be in my life was practically Aliana. It was during my high school years, or högstadiet, which is between 13 and 16 years old here in Sweden. There was a girl in my class and she looked like Aliana and she behaved like Aliana in some cases. She was stupid at times and she was this typically blonde bimbo and she had the same hair and everything and face shape and everything. So when I see Aliana, I see her, okay? And she also has this hillbilly accent in Sweden that I also have because we live in the south here in Sweden and we have a pretty distinct accent in comparison to the rest of Sweden. We kind of have the hillbilly accent of Sweden, which is skånska. Yeah. Anyways, she always wore much makeup and always had that straightened hair and perfume and everything. So definitely I got Aliana from a real life person. Next question. What are the best and most difficult parts of making a sim series? The best parts is when it's finished and I get to see the result and get the feedback. I also like editing because then I get to see how it's going to be. And I like when I receive lines and I get to hear my actors' interpretations of the lines. Yeah, I think that's the best parts for me. And the most difficult parts, definitely when my computer struggles or the actors struggles, so to speak. I mean, when I don't get a hold of actors and they disappear for months and I have to consider if I should replace them or wait a bit more. It's always frustrating because you really don't want to replace anyone because they are the characters, but at the same time you don't want to keep the series on hold forever, so you have to make difficult decisions when that happens, and I really hate that. So definitely quitting actors and quitting computers is the most difficult parts of making a Sims series. I have a really bad computer, and therefore it's harder for me to get motivation to film in Sims because it goes in super duper slow motion when I film. If I buy a new computer, everything will work out so much faster and it will be better for all of us, but I don't want to take a loan, so I'm shaping out by keeping a low budget, so that's why I haven't bought a new computer yet. And another difficult part of making a Sim series is figuring out what kind of animations to choose, because there are so many options and the good ones can be hard to find at times. And I also have to figure out how to do a certain thing, how to make a Sim do a certain thing, like when I had to figure out how to make Aliana touch Mr. Boy's boobs. That was a hard thing to figure out, as an example. Next question. How did you find voice actors, and would you ever put up a tutorial for the way you make your movies? I ask because I hope to maybe start my own series and you are very talented with filming. Thank you. I found voice actors by putting up a casting call and people sent in auditions through video responses or through email. And I was lucky that I found the most perfect voice actors in my opinion. So it's about effort and some luck. Okay, would I ever put up a tutorial? I don't think so, because most things that I know about Sims movie making is what I learned through YouTube. So all of that is already out there. I could link those videos to you if you want to, or if there's anything specific that you want me to teach you, you could just ask me, because I don't know if there's anything unique that I'm doing about the way that I film in Sims. Of course, my series is unique, but I don't know anything specific about the technique that is unique. So if you have anything specific that you want to learn, just ask me and I will do my best to teach you. But I am no expert. There are many other directors out there who have more advanced skill than I and also use better equipment, better software to make their series. So it depends on what kind of series you want to make. If you want to make your series as realistic as possible, I am not the right person to ask. I'm sorry to say that. Next question. When writing a BITD, did the thought of this series just randomly come to you, or has this been a series you've thought about for a long time? The series pretty much randomly came to me, but I have been thinking about it quite a lot. I mean, before I started this series, I had the basic storyline from beginning to end, but the minor storylines come to me as we go. And it's all helping to build up, in my opinion, what is eventually going to be a rich story. And when I get ideas, I write them on my phone or on the computer. Like, I get ideas quite often and they come to me randomly. So I hope that answers your question. Next question. What inspired you to make a YouTube? Okay, I already answered that. So, question 6. How long have you been a fan of The Sims and what got you started to play it? I have been a fan of The Sims since 2004, I think, or 2002, something like that, when I got PlayStation 2 for my birthday. The one who introduced me to The Sims was actually my dad and my sister, who bought The Sims for PlayStation 2. And they told me that it was a really fun game, and I didn't believe them because, hey, what's the fun of watching someone else watch TV? But eventually I tried it and yeah, I really liked it. And then I also got The Sims 2 when it came out in 2004, and since then I have been stuck with it. I am so addicted and it's kind of unhealthy actually. I am a huge Sims nerd. So, approximately 10 years, and who got me to play it was my father. Next question. Will you get The Sims 4 when it comes out, and will you make a series with it? No and no. Okay, right now Sims 4 is not an amazing game to me, so I will not get it as soon as it comes out. I think I will eventually end up getting it because I always end up getting all the Sims games anyway, so yeah, but I haven't gotten any expansions for The Sims 3, so just the base game at least. I think I will get at some point, but not immediately. I'm not that eager to play The Sims 4 because I'm happy with The Sims 2. Okay, and will you make a series with it? Well, no, obviously not, since I'm not even going to have The Sims 4. But if I ever get The Sims 4, I'll see if I will make a series with it, depending on how good the game looks in Sims Machinima, and if I'm still interested in Sims Machinima by then. So we'll just have to wait and see, but don't hold your breath. 8. Adding on to 7 kind of. Do you have any other series planned? Yes, I do. I was actually planning on making another series before Bimbo in the Desert, but when I got the idea for Bimbo in the Desert, I just had to make that one instead. And I thought I would be able to make both series at once, but at this rate, this time rate, as when the episodes come out, it will not be possible. So I just have to wait with that. But that series was called Love and Despair, and it's like a Sims 2 soap opera. And it also has a very extensive plot and very detailed storyline, so it is all planned out. And I really gotta make that series at some point, so I think I'm going to make another series after this. Probably. Let's say probably. Yeah, and I'm thinking about renaming it from Love and Despair to Money, Sex and Love. Yeah, now you heard it. I used that name first, so don't you dare stealing it. Yeah, I have proof now. Today is 30th of August, or whenever I upload this video. So don't take that, please. Okay, those were all the questions. I hope you enjoyed this video even though it is super long, but at least I got some interaction with you guys. You asked me questions and I answered your questions. So now you know a little bit more about me and my opinions and about Bimbo in the Desert and stuff. But if you're not happy with something that I answered, feel free to ask me more questions below. Or if you just thought of another question that I didn't answer, feel free to ask me questions, but I will not make another Q&A video in quite some time. I can't promise I will ever make another Q&A video. So don't hold your breath for that. If you ask me any questions below, I will answer them to you directly. Thanks for watching and for listening and for subscribing and commenting. Thank you so much. Kiss and hugs.